Recording.
All right, everybody, welcome to Mages and Miniatures. We're going in. Last session, the party had a few problems in the marketplace, dealing with a band of zombies after a man had thrown an artifact and created a horde of undead. After doing a better job than the actual guards, the party went to visit one of the Red Brothers, who owns the traveling cart for the Eagle's Eye in the town of Accabury. They decided to take a flyer from him and decided to focus their attention on the hunting of owlbear feathers. Last we left them, they have went to rest in the bucking board, and as you all wake up the next day, attuning to your senses and getting ready for the hunt ahead of you, is there anything you would like to do?
Not
I
on
can't
my
remember
end.
if someone wanted to speak to Hezro.
I wanted to speak to... what is it I wanted to do? Let me check. I think I wrote it down. Oh, shit. I didn't put down what I wanted to talk to him about. Oh, now I remember. Tyler needs to talk to Eugene.
All right.
Oh, what for?
For reasons you'll find out in the RP.
Oh,
Yes.
wonderful.
So you find Eugene's room. The door is closed.
I knock.
Eugene goes up to the door and answers.
She looks up at him. I need to talk to you. Urgently.
Yes, come in.
She scampers in. You make magic items, right?
Yes.
She takes off her quiver and puts it down in front of him. Can you make this not run out of arrows? Or hold more?
Perhaps. Let me... I would have to look in the book, though. I don't have anything readily prepared for that.
Then look.
That will take a few hours. But I will look into it. Don't think a bag of holding would translate as well, would it?
I mean, you have to stop and think about what you pull out of a bag of holding. You don't really have time to think in a fight.
Yes, well. Similar concept, not quite as effective. I'll work on it. I'll find something.
Oh, all right. Picks up her quiver, putting it back on.
Cameron, he's going to pull out the book and start his research for something quiver related.
She leaves the room to leave him to it. She's not book smart.
Okay, are you trying to are you pulling out the dwarven book that you bought the day before?
Yeah, the big red book of artificing stuff.
All right. I'll say for this, it does take you 4 hours as the rest of you go downstairs and to the smell of cooked meats. You're given a complimentary breakfast.
Woo.
Eugene, go ahead and roll me a D100.
All right.
Have serious luck, not mine.
My luck is questionable at times. That's a 76, Cameron.
76. So, as you're sifting through and you're trying to look through a quiver, there's some ideas of quivers that don't really click to you. As you're studying over the next 4 hours, however, you focus in on the Runapike clan's creation of magical weapons. You have learned now to create a rune pike weapon at 150 gold plus the weapon cost.
Okay. And what does it specifically do?
Rune pike weapons you can engrave with various runes to do various things. Some of them allow you to run faster, some of them allow you to be more quiet, some of them crackle with the energy of lightning. The discovery of rune pike weapons is a foundation as you're reading through it, as it has a note on the bottom. There are 50 plus runes that are not inscribed in this book that can potentially be found and used to enchant various weapons and armor.
Huh. It's interesting. Although that does give me an idea. I did infuse a crossbow earlier. I may go downstairs and give that to her.
All right. You make your way downstairs. You see the rest of the party eating. About this time, Toon looks over. Huh. I thought you didn't wake up.
Me?
Yeah.
I wake up when I need to wake up.
Yeah, sure. Here's your plate. It's a
Oh,
little
thank you.
cold. Sorry.
It's not to worry. I'm rather used to that.
All right. You take the meal and you sit down with your compatriots. You guys have owlbears to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be interesting.
Snorf, munchel, grump. Breakfast is being devoured. Words are not being exchanged. Only snorts, only grumbles, only chops.
All right. Hezro, Thold, is there anything you want to do?
Hezro's been making more cream.
All right. Let's say you managed to get 5 done in the stead of while Eugene was up in his room for 4 hours.
She's working on her sixth.
Can you repeat that, Siri?
She's working on her 6th.
Okay.
All right. As you're working on your 6th, Thold, is there anything you're doing right now?
He is reading the book that he got the other day from the library.
Go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
Oh boy. Oh, not too bad. 17.
17. You spend a good portion of the time while Eugene is upstairs reading into this massive book. And as you're reading it, it recalls various stories of how people arrived and encountered serpentine-like natives who were very cultist-like in nature that surrounded this large dome-like structure. And as you're looking through all that information, there are various accounts of excessive cruelty, brutality, and mostly slavery committed by these serpentine-like people. And as you finish reading the book, as Eugene comes down, you all chomp down and enjoy your breakfast and are left with the day ahead of you.
So, owlbears.
Yeah, real quick, are we just gonna ignore that he, just spend 4 hours of the day. It's like one. Who gets up at one? I've been awake this entire time. Did you die? Did you come back to life?
I was awake the entire time. I was looking something up in my book for Fletcher.
Ah, studying.
I asked him about something for my quiver.
What about your quiver?
My quiver runs out of arrows.
Don't miss much, and that wouldn't be as important.
I hit my brother.
I dodge.
Roll the hit.
All right, this is strength cam.
Yes.
18.
Interesting. That hits.
All right, it is 1 plus your strength modifier.
It is 1 damage.
1 damage. So you
There
just
is no strength modifier.
deck him right in the shoulder.
Ow,
I
you
didn't
fuck.
miss.
I'm saying as much. Didn't you miss ever? You know.
Not my fault the zombie didn't drop.
Now
I killed him.
While I was up there, I didn't find anything in particular for quivers. However, I did come across something called rune pike weapons, which are rather promising, and, like most things, rather expensive. However, I do have an alternative that I can give to you in the meantime. And I'm going to pull out one of my infused weapons, Cameron.
All right. Which
and
one?
hand it over. It is the infused light crossbow.
I passed it to my brother.
What is this?
Well, you will have to attune to it, but it makes your attacks hit a little bit harder, makes your targets a little harder to miss, and you won't have to reload it as long as you have bolts.
Thanks for the thought, but my brother's the one who uses the crossbow.
Well, I
His
don't have a regular bow on me.
It's fine.
his eyebrow does raise a little, glancing at the hand crossbow under his robes, and glancing to the light crossbow, which is like a heavy crossbow to a normal person. He takes it, looks it over, and just starts tuning to it. And I'm just gonna flavor that as him checking every last square inch for a possible exploding trap.
How much do we owe you?
Don't worry about it. I don't use it all that often.
All right, thanks.
Well, if you don't use it all that often, then why'd you make it? To sell it?
No, just to make things.
Practice.
It kills time. Yes, practice is another good reason.
Well, you got some free shit. Looking at my brother as I say this.
Well, nothing's ever free, but I will give it a test for you. If it's not used often, might as well see if it's sighted well.
Well, it should be. It is magically enhanced to be an accurate weapon.
So basically a +1 out of character.
Yeah, it's a +1 to hit and for damage, and if it has a reload property, you don't have to reload it.
Okay.
If only I could use it one-handed.
I mean, I guess I could put it on a one-handed crossbow, but that will take more time and more effort.
No, I'm sure. I'm just curious. It's as if you were reading my mind. He looks at him suspiciously.
Your
I
paranoia is
don't
getting
have-
to you again.
I can't read
Paranoia
minds
keeps me on
quite
my
yet.
toes. And I can't prove that, neither can you, so I'm gonna keep an eye on you.
Fair enough.
about this time, another person walks into the door. Grabbin, you recognize this person, actually.
Oh?
The leather worker walks into the tavern looking around as if he was looking for someone, holding a very finely designed, kind of small harness looking
Immediately, there's
piece
a
of clothing.
little of a tail slinging his seat as he jumps out and walks right over. Hello. How you doing?
Oh, hey, it's you. This is done.
Wonderful, wonderful. And I forget out of character, but he wouldn't. How much was it? Because I know you pay some up front and some is done.
I think I said 10 gold up front, 10 when it's done.
Yeah, sounds right. He gives him a bag of coin. If it's wrong, then we can undo it later on.
Yeah.
I don't in particular now. And he hands over the coin.
Oh, right. And
Thank you very much.
He's about to take the coin. He's like, wait, you keep that.
Hmm? What's that?
I saw what you did at the market yesterday. You and your band of friends saved my brother and his wife.
Oh. Well, it was all in the plan. To absolutely do that. He seems very uncomfortable with situations suddenly.
Well, just take this. I know you already paid some for it, so I didn't get completely ripped off. Here, take it.
I mean, if you're sure, I'm not going to deny you. Thank you. And he does take, placing the coin pouch on his belt, not putting it with us just yet, but kind of looking over the belt. It is a good make, thanks.
I try to take my pride on it. Anyway, I gotta go.
Yeah. I'll see you around maybe for future purchases.
Possibly.
Have a nice day. He
You
turns
too.
and he walks away.
And he walks over the bar, and you hear him talk to Toon, and Toon pulls down a bottle of wine, puts it down, but also puts down a small chest, like a lockbox sized chest. And he grabs the bottle, takes the chest, puts it into a backpack, seals it away, kind of looks around as he walks out.
Grabin's curious. Of this there is no doubt.
So who took this lockbox, put it in their bag, and walked away?
The leather worker.
worker. The one we talked to the other day?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are going owlbear hunting?
Yes.
All right.
Mm.
you
Grabin
all-
takes off the belt, puts his on, and starts to head out with the rest.
You all make your way out of the gates of Accabury, the wilderness now. To the front of you, the stone walls of the city to the back. Who is going to be leading the journey on this owlbear hunt?
Natural Explorer Forest.
Say no more. Go ahead and roll survival check.
In Natural Explorer, don't I not get lost? I think that's it.
Yeah, you don't get lost.
Okay. Those tiny letters. I need to make my sheet a little. There we go. Okay, so it's gonna be 15.
15?
Yeah, unless someone gives
Alright.
me advantage.
I mean, I can assist. I have a proficiency in nature.
That sounds like a ticket, because I don't think I have anything related to survival. I have perception
plus-
about it.
I have a
It has
plus
to be
1.
someone else with the proficiency of survival.
Well, if no one has it, it's still 15.
15? That's a pretty good number. You start making your way down the same road you did before.
Mhm.
Eventually, you come to the point where you encounter the goblins and the bugbear. Their bodies slightly decaying in the stench of rotting carcass isn't strong,
Hey
but
guys,
it is noticeable.
are we supposed to have a certain amount of pounds of goblinoid flesh?
What use is that going to be here?
It's on the list. Look at the list.
Yeah, okay. Hang on.
Look. 5 pounds of goblinoid flesh.
Does it need to
Yeah.
be fresh?
Didn't say anything about fresh.
I'm sorry, have we killed goblins recently? I
Look
mean, I
at
know
them.
we've...
They're right there. That's my arrow.
Wait, are we back to that particular spot?
Yes.
Okay, got you. I understand.
I
Totally missed that part of the conversation. My bad. He's not dumb. I am the dumb.
if
I will
you
play
want,
it off as that he was standing on top of it and didn't see it beneath him.
This is like the weirdest anthill I've ever... Oh.
You're an idiot. Was your shell left outside for too long when we were eggs?
Well, takes one to know one.
Ah, fuck you.
What were you
No,
gonna say,
thank
Eugene?
you. That's gross.
I wouldn't even approve of that. That's disgusting.
if I guess it won't hurt if you want to put some of it in the bag. I have plenty of room in there.
Let's start carving.
Eugene kind of turns his head away and just holds the bag out.
All right, who is
Grabbin.
carving goblin flesh?
Let's see what kind of
Grabbin
roll
will
would
just
it
take a goblin and just put in the bag.
Yeah, can we just take an entire goblin?
Who
just
needs to
put it
carve
into
when
the
you
bag?
can just stick it in
That's
there?
true. The bag of holding, you can hold one goblin, and one goblin is 5 pounds, right?
Grabbin, what's your strength?
This is a goblin corpse, I will remind you, and I can hold up to, let's see, 60 pounds.
But it's also about your size, because it's a
Yes.
goblin.
A goblin is also small. I am small. This is like
I was
Can I
saying-
roll to put the goblin in the bag?
Should we do 2 goblins just in case?
Roll. So
Let's just stuff goblin
like it will
corpses
take a
in the
moment
bag
of
holding
exertion,
kids,
but he
like-
he absolutely can do it. I've never seen a goblin weigh 60 fucking pounds. That's a chonky goblin. That's a conklin.
So, as you spend the time, Eugene, you feel 2 large masses just, and then into the bag of holding.
Yeah. Mm.
And do you look down in it?
Oh no! We're
He
closing
closes
that
it on
thing and
for him,
wiping.
he does
We're
seem
wiping
to be
the
uncomfortable.
outside down.
Okay.
That's
Oh, wait, hang on. There's a finger hanging out. And he stuffs it.
It's a bag of holding. How is things even hanging out?
It just what? Listen, you don't put something going in. It's just halfway in, halfway out. It's a weird kind
Wait,
of
did it
limbo,
fall off the body?
A big boom, everything blows up, and then, oh, well.
He starts walking.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
keep going. Do I need to reroll, or do I keep my 15?
Go ahead and re-roll as you make it now to the edge of the forest where the bugbear corpse is.
17.
17. It takes you a good hour as you're all walking through the forest. And eventually you come across large paws. You examine the tracks even further and see sharp little talons poking out from each of the endpoints of the paw. Ugh, sorry. And you recognize this due to some of your training and some of the knowledge that family members bestowed upon you. Owlbear tracks.
How fresh?
With your 17, they're not actually that fresh, but they seem to go deeper into the forest.
I follow those tracks. Like, it just randomly, she's like stops, looks down, like 30 seconds of silence, and she starts following in a different direction. Turns on her little paw heels and goes in that direction to follow those tracks.
All right. Anyone else going with her?
Yeah, I'm gonna follow those tracks. I mean, it's apparent she's following the right track. I mean, I wouldn't know. Never mind.
I mean,
But-
it's not like I'm gonna try and split the party. Like,
Yeah, best not to split up in the middle of the woods.
no.
As you continue to follow the tracks, a good 5 or 6 hours pass. The sky begins to turn a bright orange as the sun begins to set on the horizon.
Even better for us kobolds.
As you all start to push your way deeper and deeper into the forest, there is a point where the tracks stop and seem to kind of disappear and fade out. Right near a small clearing with a rocky cliff face kind of covering a large portion of the area.
I look for new tracks in the area because they have to start up somewhere again.
All right. Make survival.
That's going to be a 20... I can do math. 4. 24.
24?
Yep.
It takes you a good 30 seconds.
Uh-huh.
You see something shift on the other side of the clearing rapidly,
Yeah.
and it seems to be moving in the direction away from you.
I look over in that direction. Can I see what it is?
Make a perception check.
Hiya! I love my dice. I love them so much. It's going to be a 22.
Can I also look in that direction she's looking?
What?
Can I look in the direction she's also looking?
Yeah,
Try to
make a
assist,
perception
or... Okay, cool. Didn't want to just be, oh, I'm also doing this right now. I like to ask permission first. And since it's me, now you forget to get your dice out, but that's fine too.
check. What'd you get,
I
Fletcher?
got a...
22.
22?
Yep.
That's a solid 6.
A solid 6. Fletcher, it's just so heavily obscured, and because you're so short, you can't see it.
I'm not Fletcher. He's not Fletcher.
I'm
I'm Fletcher.
grabbing.
He's grabbing.
Grabbing. Fletcher,
Grab
however, with your special kobold ranger eyes, you see a large mass on all fours of a feathery, furry creature.
I cast Hunter's Mark.
What's the range on that?
Hunter's Mark? Let me look
60
it
feet,
up.
I believe.
60 feet.
60 feet is now way out of that
Yeah.
range.
Oh, she takes off. Over here, this way!
What?
Oh, don't fucking yell, dumbass.
It already knows we're here. It's running away.
I can't verify this, so I believe her.
All right. Everybody who is pursuing the owlbear, make an athletics check.
You're funny.
Oh boy, athletics.
Natural 20. I got a
Natural
20.
1.
That's a 14 camera.
18.
18.
Part of me wants to pick up Hezro now.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do this critical roll style. 25 to 20.
Okay,
I got-
natural 20.
I got a natural 20.
Okay, two
Natural
nat
20.
20s.
Mine is
19 to 15.
mine.
I did not catch what you
19 to 15?
Yeah, 19 to 15.
16.
16. 14 to 5.
14.
And then the natural 1. So, immediately, in a full sprint, Fold and Grabbin just rush in that direction as fast as they can. Fletcher and Eugene, you follow suit somewhat closely behind. Hesro, as you run in that direction, you trip on a rock and fall over. And you have to spend time, and then you are now about 30 feet behind the rest of the party.
Oh no! Oh, little feet. Oh, that's a wedgie.
Why is she such a bean?
Fold, since you're a little bit taller, being your dwarven hefty stature, with you and Grabbin's nat 20, you manage to catch up to where you are 60 feet away from this thing as it rushes into a large stone structure that seems to go into the rock side, out of vision. Grabbin, you eventually see this, and the rest of the party eventually sees this, as there is a abandoned and ruined stone cathedral that has been overgrown with the sights of nature. Moss lines the walls where the windows have been shattered. A majority of the front half of the building has been crumbled, while the walls closest to the rock side still remain. And you all stand at the edge of a small circular clearing surrounding this area. What would you like to do?
Where the f...
Oh, look, she caught up.
What did you do? Sightsee?
Did you kill him? Or did I miss that?
No, I mean, it went somewhere.
It went inside the ruins.
Ah, the ruins.
At least my cuffs are gonna look so good.
Grabbin blinks.
I mean,
They'll just shake his head.
silver linings, I suppose.
He fidgets with his belt, just newly fastened across his chest, and just kind of gestures towards the ruins.
So, do we go in and get it, or do we bring the entire thing down and then go in after it?
I think we should go in and get it. Who knows what else is in there, and I don't exactly want to
Oh,
piss something
man.
off.
I mean, get demolition, though.
We're not demolitionists.
Oh, we could be.
Can I make
We're
a
not.
history check on these rooms?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make a history check.
Dice. My new, very cool dice vault. That's a natural 20.
Hell
Dice,
yeah!
you sure are moody.
Natural 20. Hezro, with the knowledge that you have at your disposal, judging by the structure of what actually remains, it seems to be the kind of entry area for a tomb of some important figure in Ibikaran history.
I don't think it's a wise idea to actually go and
Well, we need this
destroy
elevator.
it. Destroy it specifically.
Oh,
We
okay.
can go and get it. I just don't think we should go about breaking it.
Well, we're not going to break it.
Just as a heads up.
Are ghosts gonna haunt us if we do?
No, it just belongs to some very important historical figure.
We don't want to piss anyone else off.
So
What do you mean? I
let me
haven't
offer
pissed
chat
anyone
as
off.
well.
That's just walking
When
around
there's-
pisses people off.
I mean, that's just us existing. That's not us pissing people off. Us pissing people off, well, the one who's already mad at me is already dead, so...
And he continues towards the ruins.
All right. As you make your way over to the large stone structure, You kind of sift your way through the rubble and the stone, and eventually find. It was a church of some kind. You see, flanking on each of the sides, the back part of the room, are statues dedicated to a woman in long robes wearing a motionless mask that seem to look over an altar. And behind the altar, you imagine there would be some kind of doorway that goes deeper into the surface of the earth. But something has carved that small doorway into a larger tunnel.
And he starts to creep a little lower in his current position. Taking a look around at possible hiding places in these ruins, and he starts a little peek and see if he can try to see it hiding. Maybe if they go inside, it'll come after them or something.
Make a perception check.
Not bad. 18.
18. All right. You look around and you're peering your eyes and you can't seem to find anything.
He makes a hand gesture for the rest to come. And then he'll start walking, not out in the open, but kind of like walking across the side and just kind of keeping an eye out.
My girl, as she carefully steps forward, she's going to be focusing on finding, to make sure this is where the owlbear is. And try to get a number, if possible.
Make a survival check.
That's going to be a 14.
14?
Yes.
You can't quite get a number. However, as you're looking around, you definitely see the obvious signs. Paw prints, spots where there is the occasional amount of feces located. The strange odor of the owlbear that seems to all kind of like shift its way and starts to mass up more and more as it hits that entrance.
We're in the right place. The owlbear's made a home here. It's gonna be fun.
You don't say.
How about I throw you in?
I would have. I mean, I'm just saying, you, the esteemed ranger. I would have never guessed that a wild and noble out there would
Shush.
take residence here in these.
Shush. Shush.
He kind of like slowly suddenly stops talking, very slowly looks to her.
Shh. He's walking.
Keeps walking.
So,
He opens his mouth to say something and then just doesn't. He doesn't know what to do with the situation.
all right, I need a marching order.
My girl first.
Grabbing his last in the situation. He's taking a moment to reboot.
All right.
Ezra's staying in the middle.
I'll use Thold as like a up to waist shield.
Old, where are you at?
I guess behind the ranger.
I mean,
All right.
I'm short enough to where you could swing above me.
So there is Fletcher, Thold, Eugene, Hezro, and then Grabbin.
It's the short
Yep.
company.
So, as you all make your way into this locale, this deep and dark region of the world, as I go to change the music.
But it's so bongo-y.
I know.
I like it. Can you
Casual.
send me this? Can you send me this playlist right now? I super like it. Very chill, very tropical.
I really appreciate Cameron's skills as a DJ while DMing because I DM'd the other night and I was not prepared at all for the music.
So,
Mm,
as you make your way very quickly, those who do not have dark vision, your sight goes blind as it is pitch black once you get about 30 or feet so down this tunnel. Which I assume is only Eugene.
Yeah.
Story
Is-
of our lives. There's always one person in every D&D party that doesn't have dark vision.
Is Eugene just like
Eugene-
have a hand on Thol?
No, Eugene is actually going to use. I don't have the light cantrip because, you know, I don't have wizard spells, but I do have a way to imbue a tiny non-magical object with a magical property of my choice. It's going to be a 5-foot radius of light, so I can at least see Thold in front of me.
You see Thold in front of you and Hezro behind you. The kobolds are completely out of sight. As all of you are making your way, the path starts to get kind of more slim and tighter as you make your way. Eventually, the pathway starts to open up again. Fletcher, the path you've been taking, you assume the owlbear could not fit in this. They have had to have some kind of special way to kind of maneuver themselves around this small passageway and block it off to avoid any kind of attackers. And you all eventually come into a large octangular room. In 4 corners of the room are sets of what seems to be fine-looking plate armor.
Are there any signs of owlbears, though?
There is the occasional droplet of feces and maybe a damaged feather or two. And as you're looking around, Thold, you focus in on the center. You see a man who might have been an adventurer in his time, but now is a skeleton, wrapped in a thin layer of chainmail.
Hmm.
As you're looking, do any of you kind of go into the room?
Hezro
Um,
peeks between
I don't trust it.
legs.
Can I do some Arcana checks, Cameron? Because that suit of armor, just like dead in the middle of the room, is kind of suspicious to me.
Well, there's
Kind
4
of-
sets of armor in the room.
Oh,
Would he know?
I mean, I'll go inside the room and do some Arcana checks. That can't hurt, right? Ideally.
Cameron, would he be able to, being someone without dark vision, only being able to see 5 feet around him, would he see
Oh,
it?
yeah, I wouldn't see it.
Yeah, you wouldn't see it.
Hezro, being the natural 20 history buff, looking between his between the long legs of the Human, can she see?
A third leg?
Seeing that she's
can
trying
she
to look,
see
can
history?
Fletcher like grab her and pull her to the front with her so they can both look around?
Yeah, I'll say you're able to kind of pull her up to the front since both of you are kind of like your tiny size. Hezro, if you want to, either make me a history or an Arcana check.
20 total.
20 total. On what? History or Arcana?
I think they're the same. I'll be honest. I'll say Arcana.
Arcana. You're looking around. You've seen this before. This is your run-of-the-mill trap. The typical, a greedy adventurer walks into the room and gets attacked by 4 sets of plate armor, and that mauled them to death.
It's a trap.
Really?
And also, since you got high on the Arcana check, you're able to see right where the altar kind of past that, you see a collection of small runes that are on the ground.
Hmm. Can I figure out what those runes are for?
I'd say they're activation runes. It's if someone perhaps was trying to walk past the altar without a care, they would trigger those runes to possibly the effect of the suit's armor waking up.
So, from what I can see, those runes over there, they're the activation runes. If we trigger them, there's going to be 4 sets of armor that are going to unalive us.
Why don't you just say kill us?
I was going to, but I thought it'd be more dramatic.
So we just avoid the runes and go forward.
Yes?
That's right, Cameron, right?
Yeah.
That should be right, yeah.
Are there any signs of the owl bears in this room?
There are not, no.
How? Where? What?
Just
Did the owl, like, there are signs of the owl bears going through this path somehow and then it just stops?
From what you can tell, yeah.
You know that meme of that lady trying to do all that math with that look on her face?
One thing you did notice, as you were walking into the dungeon, was there was a path that something might have went through, but was then blocked off. Perhaps as a way to prevent anything from following.
Holy shit, they're intelligent!
oh no. They can think. That's the worst thing possible.
Yes!
Cameron,
Yeah?
would I have heard them talking about the armor and the runes?
Yes.
Thold, if you could do me a great favor, could you lead me over to where that armor they're talking about is? Possibly without tripping whatever activation runes are on the floor.
Perhaps it'd be a good idea for the person who's seen them properly to help too. Not very sneaky, but at least I know where they are and what they are.
Whatever works.
Come with.
She looks at both, kind of like a group of 3, essentially.
Alright.
Alright, let's do that then. She reaches a hand up.
All right. As you 3 kind of make your way immediately into the entrance of the room, there are 2 sets of armor immediately to your right. One to your right, one to your left. And then there's 2 that are in those octal sides on the opposite side of the room where the runes are. So you're able to get one of the sets to one of the sets of armor easy. Eugene, what are you trying to look for?
I am gonna look the suits of armor over and see if they're magic themselves or if, something else causes them to wake up. Because if they're just regular suits of armor, Eugene may be shoving one in his bag of holding.
They are magical sets of armor that are part of those runes as kind of a combination. They seem to be a full set. As you're kind of examining the actual armor closer, you see the helmet and the arms and the breastplate seem to be of actual real armor. The leg plates seem to be more of a decoratory piece.
So, follow-up question. Could those be removed, Cameron?
Make an Arcana check.
Can I help him with that?
Roll it with advantage.
I don't think I need to. I just rolled a 20, but let's see if I get better than that. Yeah, no, 20,
You rolled a
Cameron.
nat 20. Then we can't get better than that.
I still have advantage. I want to roll them both.
It would take you maybe a good 2 hours to crack the code on the arcane runes and pull off this this breastplate.
On the way back, then. Well, I'm not leaving without those, but we have more important matters at hand.
Like owlbears.
Yes, where did they go off to?
They blocked up the entrance, so we have to go through here to see if we can find where they're hiding.
Ah, wonderful. Well, someone has to lead the way.
I'll do it.
Eugene kind of gestures vaguely to a random wall in front of him.
Not that way, buddy.
Well,
Important question. Do you wear gloves?
Yeah, Eugene has
Okay.
studded leather on, so he's got, like, gauntlet-y dealios.
Cool.
I'm just curious. Since they are birds and they are bears, would it also be apt to call them foul bears?
I'm going to throw you on one of these runes.
Take 5d10 psychic damage.
My character dies in fiction from that joke.
And they do awful things.
Oh.
That's very clever.
They're just animals.
You could say that about anything.
You're an animal.
Fuck yeah, I am.
Ugh.
He continues forward. This time he'll be leading the pack.
Watch out
Okay.
for runes.
I've got my eye.
Your eyes
All
suck
right.
sometimes.
I need everybody to make me dexterity checks to see if they can get around the runes.
Natural 20!
Cameron, am I
Not so
disadvantaged
good.
because of visually?
You are, yes.
Yeah.
But doesn't it have that light going?
I have 5 feet, so, you know,
It
like
doesn't
right
cover
in
that.
front of me.
Dex check.
Yep.
19.
I rolled fairly low, but it's gonna be a 17.
Hey guys, I think those suits of armor are coming alive.
What'd you get?
I rolled a 7.
All right. The DC was 10.
Oh. Damn.
Yay! I get to change the music.
Oh no.
So it doesnesn't matter what I rolled then.
Someone triggered it. Guess what that means for all of us?
So,
'Cause you want to know what I
Eugene,
rolled?
what'd you
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 20.
So we're all
Well,
just
in that
gonna leave him
case-
behind.
I mean,
Yep.
do you guys want me to? I can make it so he has to re-roll that dex.
What
'Cause
was
I
like
can
the
do it.
assistance?
I can do it whether or not I know if it succeeded or not.
You know, I'd rather die to owlbears than armor.
Cameron, I'm
probably
gonna be
won't.
an asshole.
Are you a divination wizard?
I
What are
would
you?
like. I want you to re-roll that that check for me, please.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
How do you do this?
Even
don't
with
know.
disadvantage, I
Yep.
rolled beneath on both of those, so this is gonna be fun.
Well, you get one chance.
Not-
What was
yeah.
the lower?
So,
You have to use the second dice. Whatever
do
you
I have
roll
to
the
roll?
second
Do I
time.
roll this at disadvantage again?
yes.
It's definitely not gonna pass.
Mm,
Cameron,
Yeah.
We tried.
with
What
my plus,
You
that is
it wouldn't be at a it says I can force a creature to re-roll. So would that still be?
it would
at a
still
disadvantage?
fail because
Yeah,
my
it would-
first roll was a 6. So that's an 8 total, Cameron.
We tried,
Okay.
Siri. That's all that
I
matters.
tried.
So, as everyone's like being moving slowly but surely, Eugene, you slip for a moment, and one of your feet accidentally glides across the rune, and they start to glow. The 4 sets of armor start to shift
Do we all see
and make
this?
their way off pedestals. You all do. I
What
want everyone
did we
roll
say?
initiative.
about stepping on the runes.
Gosh, heck it.
Cameron, can I see now with the glowing runes around the room?
It actually provides enough light for Eugene now.
Oh, thank fuck.
Well, that's not good for the party.
I mean, it's not good for the party, but at least I can help you guys in combat.
You're the one who started the combat.
All right, everybody roll initiative.
I did. It's a 16, Cameron.
Why couldn't you get that?
Why didn't you roll that before?
Because I have terrible rolls constantly.
22.
All right.
I like the
found
way
out
Tempest
though.
is like, what are you?
Alright, I rolled a 13.
I
Alright.
also got a 13.
Fletcher, Thold, which one is the higher dex?
Probably, probably
Plus
Fletcher.
4.
I have a +2.
All right, so it's gonna be Fletcher.
I got a 22 total.
So did Hezro, who has the higher dex.
Yep.
Not
I've
me.
got a +4.
Not me.
Of course, the kobolds. Ugh.
Wow, racist.
No.
The kobold rogue. No, you're quite on point there.
Kobold Ranger, so he's not wrong either.
Me,
It's like,
me and Mark found out something interesting Monday, though. Apparently, I don't have the worst rolls out of the entire group, though. Cameron does. That boy cannot roll dice to save his life,
anyway.
literally.
All right, so I have Hesro, Eugene, Fletcher, Thold. Who am I missing? Oh, Graven. Graven, you are up first.
Okay.
Here's the initiative order.
All right. Graven,
heroes.
seeing these things come to life, decides that, it's a great time to shoot a thing. That's what exactly he's going to do. He's going to go ahead and take a shot with this new light crossbow that he doesn't know what to do with.
All right, roll the hit.
It's got a +1, right?
Mm-hmm.
20 total?
That does hit.
Cool. Now I deal damage, which is going to be a D8 plus 5. That's going to be 11 damage.
11 damage. All right. So, are you aiming for one of the ones close to you, or one of the ones one of the two in the back?
I'm going to go for the ones in the back.
All right. You aim for one of the ones that was near the entrance you came in, and the crossbow flies and hits and makes a pretty hefty dent and sticks itself into the helmet of this suit, and it kind of steps back a second, clambles, and then shambles back forward and looks at you.
He goes to reload the crossbow, but then kind of like it looks confused for a second. Then he's like, "Oh, right," and then he goes to hide.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Yeah, that was a big, fat, bad one. That's 10 total.
10 total.
He's rolled really garbage for stealth, mostly. Granted,
Yeah,
he is like a +8, but
you try and find a position where you hide. However, these things are all still aware of your presence.
cool. Oh, and I didn't do any sneak attack on that because I didn't think I had anything. So
No.
okay.
Hezro, your turn.
She shakes her head. Second level magic missile.
She'd be like, I tried.
I'm going to magic missile the one that's already been hit.
All right, go ahead and roll that damage.
Cool, so that's 4 darts. That is 4 damage plus 5 damage plus 3 damage 14 damage total.
14 damage total. All right. So the one that's already wounded, you wave the wand, the 4 darts appear, and once again barrage this one suit of armor. And you see now what the chest piece is completely scarred with dents from the arcane energy, as its structural form looks very visibly weak.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
She's going to not hide, but move as far away as her squishy little everything can get her.
So you move 10 feet away, up to where you see the door, the portcullis that has come down and has blocked your escape.
She kicks it. Hurts her toe. And will stay as far away from those suits as she can. That's all she can do.
Eugene, it is your turn.
Oh, joy. Oh, well. Now that I can at least see, he's going to flip down the red lens of his glasses again and do a tried but true firebolt.
All right, on the wounded one or one of the fresh ones?
I am going to go for one of the fresh ones towards the exit door.
Okay. So you go look to the one to your right, you flip the lens, and this little bolt of fire forms and flies out and goes to try and hit this thing. Roll to hit.
Ugh. That is, with a plus, that's a 10, Cameron.
10? 10 is a miss.
Yeah.
As the little bolt flies past, it does hit the armor, but to no effect. As the small little ball of heat kind of dissipates off one of the shoulder plates. Are you going to do anything else your turn?
That was effective.
Just like me helping you.
Yeah, that's
You just
well.
got burned.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, yeah, no, I can't do anything else.
Okay.
Useless.
Fletcher, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to so every time you say Fletcher, I always think of Kasai's character. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Fletcher.
yeah, that's why every time someone like says Fletcher, I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. Let's see here. I am going to check something. I gotta check something. Hunter. I know what I want to do, but I need to check something to make sure I'm not lying.
What are you trying to do?
Ha! Let's see if you have with the. Fuck yeah, the one that's hurt. I'm gonna fire at it because Colossus Slayer.
Colossus, yep, you're right.
And that's going to be a 26 to hit.
26 does hit. Go ahead and roll that plus Colossus Slayer, I think, is a d8.
Yeah, so I roll 2 d8s.
2d8 plus your dex.
18 damage. Take that. This one's not a zombie.
So, as you fire, you fire your bolt at the scarred one already, and almost like a cartoon, the chest piece dislocates and flies out behind it, hits the wall, and the head, the arms, and legs sit there for a moment before they just topple and fall to the ground in a loud clanking sound.
I'm not useless. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, Thold.
I'm gonna go wash my hands.
Is
It is your
there
turn.
any armor that's within 25 feet? That I can
There are
swing
2
at?
sets that are within 20 feet of you.
Have either of them been hit?
Nope.
Okay. Fantastic. Alright, well. Rage is the first.
You gotta kind of hunch over, grabbing your great sword. You feel the blood rush as you're looking around.
Go over to one of the 2 that's within reach, and I'm going to swing at him with my great sword.
All right, roll to hit.
Ooh. That's a where is that at? That's a 24 to hit.
24 does hit. Roll damage.
All right.
I'm back.
That's 14 damage.
14 damage. All right.
Yeah.
As you slash into it with the greatsword, you tear into the lower part of the breastplate, and you leave this massive gash in this armor, and it kind of has to stop and hold itself forward. Takes the sword by the blade and then rips it out of the set. With just looking at you.
That's all I can do.
All right, it's going to be the animated armor's turn. First one, the one that Thol just hit. It's going to raise its 2 gauntlet arms, and it is going to make 2 attacks.
Oh, well.
Thol, what is your armor class?
My armor class is a good 17.
One of those was a natural 1, the other was a natural 20.
Oh.
So,
Which one natural one, though? That's the real question.
the natural 1, as it tries to swing its left arm up, it brings up too much momentum and actually overextends the arm, and it kind of like goes around in a circle, and he loses control of it temporarily. This one doesn't have multi-attack next turn. However, that nat 20 is going to hit you for, of course, half because you're raging.
Mm-hmm.
And 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
As it hits you, you feel the force of this just heavy plate on your shoulder, but in your rage stupor, you go through and you're determined. The second set of armor looks to the person who activated the room, seeing its immediate attention focused on the person who attracted the attention of the sentries, is going to walk over, and he is going to attempt to hit Eugene.
Uh-oh.
Didn't see that one
That is a
coming.
19 to hit,
Yeah, that definitely hits.
and that is going to be a 15 to hit.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
All right, so the first attack just decks you right across the face, and the other one, as it punches you square in the gut, and you hear the cracking of your ribs as you take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
Oh, no.
And that was just from the first attack, or is that both combined?
That's both combined.
Whew, okay.
You would have been in deep shit if it wasn't.
Yeah.
The third and final set of armor, which is about 30 feet away from you guys, shambles up 25 feet and ends its turn there. Going back to the top, grabbing you're up. Tempest.
He's dying again.
Damp.
Hello.
Yes, sorry. Was dealing with someone on the phone.
All right, it is your turn.
Cool. The one that I hit earlier, is he next to someone? Is there anyone around the squishies? Hezro and Eugene.
There is one currently right next to Eugene that has just started beating the crap out of him.
Cool. Taking a note of that, he'll switch targets and go ahead and hit that.
All right, roll a hit.
Mm,
With advantage, because there is someone within 5 feet of him.
with advantage. Why that?
Flanking.
Is it like flanking, or is it like...
Yep.
Because I'm hitting with a crossbow, not flanking with
Never
a-
mind then. If you hit, you just
Yeah.
get sneak attack because there's someone within 5 feet.
Yeah. That's
Yep.
what I was thinking. You were getting confused.
Yep.
So with that in mind, I'm not sure if this hits or not, but 17.
17 just misses.
Cool. That is
So-
the hit for the turn, and he goes to hide.
All right, roll a stealth check.
Much better. He disappears into the shadow, never to be seen again.
All right, you just hide yourself and
Yeah, well over 25.
oh yeah, definitely.
Mm.
Going back up past that, next up on the initiative is Hesro.
Is there any that have gotten closer to me?
There is one that is 15 feet from you. One that is just the
Does
one
it
that
look
is
like
beating
it's
up Eugene.
looking at me, though?
Nope.
Okay, she's fine. She'll attack the one that's not near her.
Okay.
You know what's a good idea? She's gonna witch bolt it.
All right.
Metal, electricity, that sounds about right.
I mean, possibly.
Hopefully. Could also be completely immune.
Maybe.
That's 19 to hit.
19 hits. As you take the wand and you weave the energy and hit it with the witch bolt, it doesn't seem more affected or less affected by the attack.
Okay. That is 6 damage.
6
Six.
damage. All right. So that you now have this stream of electrical energy that is kind of tethered between you and this set of animated armor.
Now, I don't want to hide, but I want to see if I can get some cover while still, like, keeping an eye on the thing.
I'd say from where the set of armor is and where everyone's positioned, you can move yourself to the other side of the kind of large altar in the center of this room.
Wonderful.
And
I will
still be able to see.
jolly jog my way over there.
Just a quick little hustle. You make your way over there, ending your turn. Eugene, you're up.
Ooh, boy. Well, we'll try a different spell this time. And Eugene pulls out a little contraption with some holes in it. And he pushes a button and magic missiles shoot out of it.
Okay. Are you aiming for the one that's right up in your face?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, roll damage.
It's a D4, because magic missile is beautiful. It's 4, 3, 3.
So a total of 10.
Yup.
All right. So as you press the button, like a little tiny magical cluster missile, all of them pop into the air and then split off and then fly in a curve and hit this thing in the back of the breastplate. You see it kind of hunker forward and almost lean onto you, but you press it off of you as, I mean, you did a good bit of damage to it.
Hopefully it doesn't kill me next round.
Speaking of things killing things, Fletcher, you're up.
All right, how many are injured?
You see, actually, all 3 of them. The one that's over by Thold is injured the most.
I'm firing at the one that Thold's taking care of.
All right.
That's going to be, I'm bad at math, 25.
25 hits. Roll that damage.
Colossus Slayer.
Yep.
9 damage.
9 damage. So,
9.
you shoot this arrow, and it pierces into the arm that kind of dislocated itself from the magical circuit, and just kind of puts a really big indentation into the shoulder blade as it kind of has to step back for a moment as it's attaching or trying to attach the arm again. It's still up, though.
Damn it.
That's the end of my turn. I don't have extra attack yet.
All right, Thold, it's your turn.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 just hits.
Ooh. That's going to be 12 damage.
12 damage. as you take your greatsword, screaming out in rage, you swing right where you left that gash, and with your strength just tear through it and bisect this thing in two like you did the zombie in the marketplace that one time. The top half going and falling onto the floor, collapsing, the legs just tumbling onto the floor, leaving 2 sets of armor remaining.
Okay, with how far away is the one that's smacking Eugene?
About 15 feet away from you.
I'm gonna stand next to Eugene. Look
All right.
menacing.
Look menacing? All right. As you just cleave into this thing, run over to Eugene, the animated armor starts its turn. The set of armor directs its attention now to the person who is the closest to him that has destroyed another one of the sentries. Is going to direct his attention to you. First one is an 8 to hit. That's a miss. 19.
It is.
And that is going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage as it smacks into you. Ending its turn, and the one that has the witch bolt on it, the closest person it can get to, is also Fold. So it's going to make its way over
Tank
and
pulling
attempt to attack
aggro well.
Fold twice. Yeah, look at Fold go. Look at the dwarf go. That's a natural 1. He lost his multi-attack. He lost his multi-attack for next round, as that arm kind of like spins out of place and partially collapses. The other arm, however, natural 20.
This is literally this one should be called 20 to 1, like the episode, because the amount of times one has rolled natural 1 and then a natural 20 immediately after, it's too much.
Yeah.
Just the roller coaster.
That is going to be 5 points of bludgeoning damage on that attack. Brings us back up to the top of the round. Grabbing, you're up.
All right, so the thing Eugene's not dead though, right?
Yeah, the thing fighting Eugene is not dead, and the other set of armor has made its way over to that kind of group.
Okay, cool. So, trying to keep the squishy boy alive, so Gravin's gonna go ahead and sniper elite this shot. This time at advantage, because I hope a 20 like something above 25 is an advantage for the sneaky stealth.
It was, yes. So it is an advantage.
Cool. That's a 19 on the die. That feels good. Let's see. So that's a hit with a 26 total.
Yes.
Wish it was a crit, but oh well.
Go ahead and roll sneak attack damage.
Tasty sneak attack is coming for you. So that's 9 plus another 5, 14 total.
14 total damage. So,
Let
as
me
you
double
fire,
check. Yes.
as you fire the crossbow bolt flies and actually pierces through the helmet and is sticking out the other side as the helmet shambles and with the magical essence kind of re-puts itself back in place. Now an arrow jammed through its head. It's still going though.
Cool. He's gonna hide again.
Alright, roll stealth check.
Nice. That's let's see. Fucking math, dude.
Yeah, I know, right?
22?
That is
Yeah,
enough.
22.
You managed to conceal yourself after making that blow. Next up on the initiative, Hezro.
Which bolt dude's still up?
Yep.
Currently smacking me.
I will take that 12 damage.
All right.
Zappy-zoo.
Zappity zoop. You just like whip the wand again, and that electrical energy kind of masses itself and slams right into the chest of this suit of armor. It is now bloodied. As it metaphorically bloodied. As the suit of
It's
armor has to
tinted.
stumble itself and pull itself back together. Oh, will that be your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do. Can I move? I'm going to move even further. If
All
I
right.
can.
Yeah, I can say you can move further.
She'll run a circle around everyone, just staying out of the
Alright.
way of everyone else.
Yep. You kind of circle your way around where you're still in range and you're still having that witch bolt.
One day this tactic is gonna save her life when we fight a red dragon.
Or it ends up killing her.
Yeah,
when we run
ends up
into a
being
horde of
the
undead.
one that kills.
Eugene, it's your turn.
Oh, wonderful. The one in front of me is dead, dying.
Yes, it is.
State of-
Dying.
It's dying. It's still up though.
Oh, wonderful. I'm actually going to do something a little different.
Oh.
I'm going to move away. Very far away from this thing
So-
and
Are
not
you
try
gonna
and take it.
disengage?
Yeah, I'm gonna disengage.
Like a noodle in the fucking night. Sorry, that's not for you. I killed a bug.
So, as you find the opportunity, you manage to duck and weave and run away 30 feet. And the set's armor can't attack you.
Wonderful. I'll throw another magic missile its way.
Is magic missile a bonus action?
Oh, right, I used disengage. Never mind.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm done with my turn.
Fletcher.
Sorry. Again, I'm not used to that name. I associate it to Tylum, not Fletcher. Is the one that I was shooting at before still standing?
Yes.
There's two creatures
That is.
unfold.
Okay, I'll fire at the weakest looking one on Thold. That's gonna be 15.
15 to hit.
Yep.
15 misses.
Well,
As the arrow hits and kind of dings off of the armor.
have fun.
Don't worry, I'll take it like a champ.
That's the end of my turn.
Fold.
All right. Which one looks weaker? The one that was smacking at.
The first one that was originally smacking Eugene.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's the one I'm hitting.
All right.
That's a. Let's see. Yeah, that's a 23 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
All right. That is 11 damage.
11 damage. All right. As you cleave into this one, you get about halfway in with your sword and then rip the blade out as the glowing energy subsides and this set of armor crumbles and falls to the floor, leaving one set of armor remaining next to you.
Oh.
This is one I believe it does not have its multi-attack.
It does not have its multi-attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm doing.
So it's just going to make one attack against you.
All right.
Dirty 20.
It hits. It just hits.
So, you feel this sharp pain in your left shoulder as the arm that's still usable comes down in a swinging motion and slams down. You take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Okay.
But that ends its turn, going back up to the top of the round. Grabbing, you're up.
All right. Okay. That same target. He's not down yet. I didn't hear him go down and dead. I don't think anything's died just yet.
3 suits of armor have died, leaving only 1 left.
2 of them by my hand.
Got you. So I am just deaf, and it's the music distracting me, because it's damn good music. He'll take a shot at the last one.
All right.
At advantage, that's a 4, and that's a 12, so that's a 12 plus, I believe, 7, that's a
19.
19.
19 hits.
Cool. Sneak attack damage, because
Sneak
it's the
attack.
best kind of damage outside of fireball, but pretty soon I will be the fireball. Oh, baby, that's nice. All right, so that's 13 on its own, and then another 5. Wait, no, I'm dumb. That is 13, so it's 18 plus 6, 5. 18 plus 5, 23.
23. How do you want to do this?
Oh, sweet baby. Sweet babe. Not really knowing. He keeps forgetting to, like, not having to reload it. So by the time he shoots the arrow, he's trying to shove another arrow into it. He's very confuzzled, just like... And then before he looks up, he's already seen that the arrow's flown through, knocked the helmet off, and then you can take it from there.
All right. So the crossbow bolt flies, and this is actually the one that you also pierced the other helmet, the other arrow in this helmet, and you split the arrow that was originally fired into it into 2 pieces as the other arrow goes through, and the helmet goes catapulting off and lands at Hesro's feet with a loud clang as the suit falls over.
That was a great shot.
And you're trying to jam the other bolt in there, and you're like, how does this work?
Well, he's doing that offhandedly, and then the machine, like, pinches his finger, and then...
Bows are better.
So, initiative is now over. As you're sitting in this room, devoid of any danger, of any traps, what would y'all like to do?
I
I'm
try to
gonna
click. Go ahead. I guess I'll go ahead. Is there any arrows I can retrieve?
I'll say you managed to retrieve half the ones you fired.
Wow, some were left over after fighting metal monsters? Okay.
All right, you're grabbing your arrows. Eugene, what are you doing?
I am grabbing every single piece of armor and shoving it into the bag of holding. I
But
can
what
work
about
on
the
making.
goblinoids?
Yeah, they'll be fine in there. Everything's in its own little
It's
space.
Yeah, they can suit up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it suits the DM to have that many in there.
It's 4 sets of plate armor.
I assume it's in various condition after beating
It's-
the shit out of it.
It's in various conditions. You have
Just take the
enough-
most pristine parts.
I'm gonna take the damaged parts too. I can use it as scrap metal to repair and whatnot.
I can say, because like the breastplates themselves weigh a good 30 pounds alone. And there are some plates that, sure, they are entirely destroyed and are in scraps. For the sake of the bag and the holding, I'll say you'll be able to possibly grab 2 of them.
Okay.
Managed to salvage those, and it's mostly just sets of breastplate armor that you kind of tuck and pack into the bag. You look in there for a brief moment as you're putting it in there. You see the face of a smiling goblin. You close the bag.
Can't wait to get that out of there. You know, it's been
Get
on
what out of
Eugene's
there?
mind. The goblins.
Oh, you mean the totally dead goblins, probably seeping all sorts of goop in there.
Look,
Yeah.
as long as we get the flesh to the guy, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it's great. And just make sure none of it dribbles on the way out.
It's a bag of holding. It should be fine.
Yeah, it's got its own little space
Probably
inside.
ask it for a jar of goop, and then it'll just be like, bleh.
You know, Eugene's been wondering since the finger that was hanging out. That shouldn't happen. He wants to know if there's just a random finger, goblin finger in the bag. So he reaches in and he thinks about a goblin finger. Does one pop in his hand, Cameron?
You feel a handful.
Yeah.
As
He-
you
he-
slow, do you pull it out?
Nope. He lets him go and gags in his mouth a little. And just kind
You
of
see the hand
wipes it on
you
his
see
chest.
the hand. His chest is now covered in some kind of blood.
Ugh,
I prestidigitation it off.
Okay.
thanks.
Cleanliness is important.
Yeah. Curiosity got the better of me.
As you all are in this room, not knowing what lies ahead, but knowing that the immediate danger and any kind of potential danger possibly coming to you is gone for the moment. You do have the potential of taking a short rest.
Do you guys need one?
I
Mine.
I do.
Let's take a break then.
All right.
Yeah, a little sit down wouldn't be bad. As I try to get my goddamn finger out of this crossbow.
You
Help.
guys. You guys can do that. I'm gonna go check ahead.
That is like the worst idea ever. Just at least be quiet
You
this
are
time.
the master at worst ideas. I know how to be quiet.
Therefore, I know it when I see it.
Shut up.
While the
All right.
others rest, I'm gonna stealth ahead and see if I can find anything.
All right. Roll a stealth check.
16.
We hear her screaming.
16?
Yep.
So, let me check something here real quick. As you sneak your way through the tunnels that exit through, you make your way through several winding paths. You see several paths that kind of branch off into separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually you come to a large chamber that just reeks of owlbear.
Okay, let me jot this down. So finding several small rooms and then a large room that reeks of owlbear.
Yeah, and as you peek into this room, you see it appears to be some kind of burial chamber. You see the glint of treasure inside, but in the center of the room at the focus, you see two creatures you recognize as owlbears. One, the one you recognize from before, larger, more dark-colored fur and feathers, ruffling about and laying next to a slightly smaller and more lighter-toned owlbear that seemed to be sitting near one of the sides of the burial tomb in the center.
Get it? Burial? Because they're owl bears.
More psychic damage.
This is the session of bad jokes, guys.
Ugh.
Do I see anything else or just that?
Along with the owlbears, you see some scattered gold around. At the opposite end of the room, you see what appears to be a chest of some kind that is closed.
Okay. So I'm gonna go for. I'm kidding. I'm gonna go back to the others.
All right. And as you all get your benefits of your short rest, by the time that happens, Tylum returns to the rest of the party.
All right. So, I found the owlbears. There's 2. However, where they are, it's some burial chamber of some kind. There's some gold scattered along the ground and a chest, but taking it that it's kind of a tomb, there could be more. But the owlbears are there.
That's good.
So maybe the history nerds can look around after we kill them.
I mean, potentially. We could check the graves for valuables in the name of archaeology too. Just throwing that out there.
I've never met someone named archaeology. Be a very dumb name.
Oh, you're serious. Well,
I mean, I'm just thinking, you know, how people use that term in the name of, and then I thought if someone named their child archaeology, and I thought that'd be a terrible thing to call a child. Because either they'd have to be an archaeologist or they'd be bullied their whole life.
What goes through your head?
A lot of things, actually. What goes through yours?
Hardly anything.
Huh.
He looks to his sister.
Well, I was going to say more than you think, less than you hope.
That's a good answer.
But, it takes 2 to tango. She looks at her brother.
He's already looking at the crossbow.
But either way, the owlbears are there. We can get the job done.
Well, I mean, since they're not going anywhere, could hunker down for a bit.
There's also smaller rooms, too, on the way there. Didn't really check what's inside of them. Could be nothing, could be something.
I'd like to think something, but probably nothing.
I wasn't trying to insinuate you aren't intelligent, by the way. It was
I
just
was.
fucking. I hope you took no offense.
I didn't. It takes more than that to offend me.
Oh, good.
He sits down and is going to make a few more cranes.
All right.
Oh gods, I'm playing the jester of this campaign.
I don't really
Instead of-
get a jester vibe from your
No, as
character.
in like the like not comedic relief, but the kind of innocent.
I don't know. She's been pretty fucking funny so far. So
But she's not going out of her way.
All right. As you all take the moment to finish up your short rest, you gain the benefits of it. And that is where we are going to end today's session.
okay.
I get my
Uh,
spells back.
Sorry
would
that it
like-
was short, guys.
Don't sweat it.
Like and
Um,
subscribe.
Like and subscribe, comment, ring that bell, smash that like button. Being shameless about it, but we're so glad you could have joined us, and we will talk to you nerds later.